The comparison here, and this is, this is sort of mind-blowing to see this, what's happening here, and I don't know what's causing it, but anyway, we're going to compare this 11-inch coil again. Now, the 9-inch coil, I've done this test before with it, and I think they more or less are the same with the deus 2. We're going to put this Equinox over this here, though. Nickel on top of the dime, okay? Now, I do this test with multi-frequency detectors for a reason. I'm in the fast program. Now, we really don't care about what kind of tone. What we're watching for is the ID. 76, 77. See that? $76.77 in a clad dime reads 91. So we're what? 14 points low. 14 points low, and this thing's got a larger scale than the Equinox, okay? And I'm going to turn this machine off. Now remember, that fast program is, as far as the programs on that machine, I think it's running higher frequency than the Park. That nickel there will read 83 on top of that dime in Park mode on that deus 2. We're going to just check the Park 1 mode on this machine, okay? So we get a 16. See that? We get a 16. We were 14 points low on this deus 2 from a dime. And on this machine here, we're 9 points different. We're 9 points different when we detect that nickel in Park 1. Now remember, Park 1 is weighted for low frequency. Okay, so 16 to 25 is 9 points. And yet that deus 2 is only reading it 14 points low, but it's got a much bigger scale on it. So that's just something for you to think about. And this is using a machine with a frequency weighting on the low side, and I'm using that machine in a fast program that's running higher frequency than either the Park or the deep high conductor on that machine. Okay? I hope you enjoyed. More little comparison here. I've reversed the coins. Now the dimes on top of the nickel, they're sitting fairly square. Now I'm still in Park 1. Now watch what happens here. I get an 18. 18. So I'm 7 points low on a dime when the dime is sitting on top of the nickel. All right? Well, let's fire this deus 2 up here. We're just looking at the fast program. I'm not even going to touch nothing on it. It's going to come up in the fast and we're going to sweep. Okay? Looks like I get an 80. Okay? I get an 80 in the dime by itself. So I'm 11 points low. Okay, yet this machine has a higher scale or a larger scale than the Equinox. Include today's testing. So the question is, if I run the deus 2 in the fast program and I run the Equinox 800 in the Park 1 program in a modern trash site, target for target, which detector will have the ID skewed the most from lower conductors? Now, realizing they have different scales, so if we factor that in, which one's ID will be skewed the most? Comparing those two programs on those two detectors, both wearing 11-inch coils. We may find out here soon in the wild.